chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. Chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat. Chit chat with QT. Hey, cuties! Hello, hello, hello. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. Happy Juneteenth. We are celebrating. I'm trying to. Cutie crew, I will let you guys know in a couple hours if we will have members only tonight. I am coming down with a cold. So I don't know if you guys can hear it in my voice, but we still celebrating. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this power hour. On your way in, if you can please hit the like button, that would be great. Shout out to the cutie mods. I see Aunt Debbie. I see Pink Table Topics. I see, let me scroll up. Aunt Debbie is in the building. Hey, Scrubbies. Let me make sure. Let me scroll through and see if I see any more cutie mods. Real quickly. Okay. Aunt Debbie and Pink Table Topics, also known as my sis, Pink Diva, representing for the mods today. Thank you guys so very much. Shout out to the cutie crew. Shout out again to all of you cuties that are subscribed to me, and shout out to the replay. Yang. But let's get started, guys. You guys know this is a power hour. And we're going to go ahead and get started so I won't waste too much time. And the only thing that's really on my list today to discuss is naturally Destiny Payton and the fake coach, in my opinion, fake therapist and all of that. Let me say this real quickly, and I will be going to my comment section once I'm done with this Power Hour Live. There were a couple of you guys that felt like, Dion is fake and needs to be reported. And I want to tell you guys, I don't rock like that. And I don't think that we should even go. I'm not going to say we, you, whoever said, a couple people should even take it to that extent based off of somebody saying something that you don't like. So once I'm done with this live, I will be removing the comments in my video from yesterday. If you guys didn't see it, check it out. My video was actually recorded before Mel even went live. And I ain't going to say surprised, but yeah, I felt the same damn way before she came out and spoke on that. But that's my suggestion to all of you. For me, it's not that deep for me to go and search for folks' information and try to report them and get their license taken and all of that. No, man. No, sir. Okay. A couple other things. If I feel better tonight and we do go live, maybe it will be a public live and members only comments. I'll put up a post on the community wall for the Cutie Crew members. And if you guys want to do that, let me know, because it's a lot of hot topics out here. They say Nelly and Ashanti is already married. You guys know that they are having a child. Also, I think it has been confirmed by In Touch magazine that Evelyn Lozada's daughter is pregnant by the game. And then Remy Ma's son has been arrested for murder with the M in front. And it's a whole lot else that's going on. I wanted to touch on as well in Hot Topics the story, heartbreaking story out of Round Rock, Texas, where they had a Juneteenth celebration this past weekend. Two women were unalived, beautiful Black queens. And I was going to throw that on the backup channel because I want to start doing, content like that, but maybe we'll discuss that as well. So that's it for that. Oh, one other thing. Let me go to my Instagram. I'm not going to say this person's name. I don't even know who she is. But 3 days ago, I received a DM, and this person let me know that they follow me on YouTube. And they were having what they put, I don't know this person, what they put was a desperate moment. And they asked if they could drop their Cash App in my comment section. And look, I want to say that when I hear stories such as this, and I even said this to her, I'm not sure, it is a pull on the heartstrings. But if that started to have been the norm for me, then it could be the norm for everybody. And I don't know your story. You know what I'm saying? And I can't put myself in a predicament where, let's say the story not true, that, you know what I mean, people coming back and looking at me. So I'll just say M. Williams. As I mentioned, I'm praying. I told her to remain faithful, but unfortunately, no. And I'm not saying that her cause and case is not true. But I can't determine if it is or isn't. And I'm not in that space. I also have to let her know, look, child, I've been through some things myself, and I ain't even came out here in that extent. So just wanted to touch on that. Anybody experiencing anything, especially if I don't know you, prayers for sure. But I just can't start that, pattern. So let's go ahead, child. We're going to go ahead and get into first a recap of Carlos and Dr. Heavenly from their messy Monday recap on the Love and Marriage Huntsville episode. And Carlos is full of shiznit. That's all I just got to say. And I'll just let you guys know why. I'll say right off the top, it was one thing that I really didn't like, because he really tried to get Heavenly to change what she said about Marcel. I'll get into that part in a minute. But he mentioned how when he shopped Martel around ATL, you guys remember this, Martel had just done something foul then. But he said when he shopped Martel around in ATL that time, 6-figure women were buckling at the knees at the sight of Martel Holt. Hey, Linda Gambo. And Carlos, I'm just going to say this before I get into my commentary. I think you buckle at the knees as well. And I think that that's why you refuse to make a decision when it comes to the actions of Martel. I've been one to say, Carlos is being shown right now on this season will dress Martel up, child, so he can be a ladies' man, in spite of every damn thing else that this man has done. But they talked about Tisha and Marceau saying that they invited Mel to the Black Expo that they had in Atlanta. And, Carlos said, Mel let him know she had a prior engagement. And Dr. Heavenly said, of course she did. Of course she did. And Dr. Heavenly, you're right. Of course she did. It would be nice that people that give recaps will have the full history of things, but it has been confirmed that she did have the already pre-scheduled event for that day. So she just didn't say it because she didn't want to go. Dr. Heavenly went on to say that Dr. Jackie does some of the same or acts and moves that same way because it's convenient that she's always on call most times when some things is going on. Yes, Elizabeth James, he absolutely got a thing for Martel. Anyway, they spoke about Stormy and Mel sit down. I told you guys how I felt about it. I liked it. I really did. But Heavenly said that Melody only, and Dr. Heavenly, do I got Dr. Heavenly's picture up here? This is where I totally disagreed with you, and you know better, and you also contradicted yourself. I removed that one later on in their recap. But she said Mel only had Martel arrested, so she don't have to film with him. How reckless is that? Why does she have to go to that extent? Could it have been Dr. Heavenly that she had him arrested because of what he did? She had him arrested because it was a threat to release Revenge P. And she shouldn't have to film with Martel now or even in previous seasons. And your buddy that you sitting there talking to know why. So just like Bravo and the Real Housewives of Atlanta ladies now don't have to film with Kenya, then Mel should have that same option as well as the cast. Because Carlos kept mentioning how difficult this is for the cast. Carlos hasn't made a decision, never have, and they never will. And if they did, it wouldn't be difficult. If they did, Mel wouldn't have to be invited to some events and then Martel to some. No, it's up to Carlos, number one, to make that decision or get the ball rolling to make the decision. But yeah, he said that some are team Mel, some are team Martel. And even if that is the case, based off of what Martel has done, been arrested for, and convicted for, why is this still a topic of conversation? Why? Why not make it easier for your cast where they don't have to choose? Then he said he thinks the audience appreciates the break. Talking about Mel and Martel. What else? They spoke about Marceau and Mel sitting down together. And this is where Carlos, in my opinion, tried to get Heavenly to change her stance. Heavenly said that Marceau should have kept his damn mouth shut. I totally agree. And she said that Marceau did pick a side when he put in that text message, free Martel. For real though, free Martel. He didn't say free Mel. He didn't say free the kids. He said free his boy. And I did agree with Dr. Heavenly when she mentioned this part. She said that it was triggering and it was hurtful for Mel to read those words. And it was. This was Mel's expression when she even saw the text message, when she told Marceau, let me see it. So look, Carlos and probably all of them will continue to choose Martel's side. That's just what it is. But Carlos went on to talk about the history. He talked about the history to Heavenly. And he said that, these were couples that started off similar to like you guys on Married to Medicine. And they used to go on vacations and events and all of that. And one thing I appreciate about Married to Medicine is you guys are able to deal with it and move on. Carlos. How are people able to deal? I ain't going to say people. I'm going to say Mel. How is she able to deal with stalking, showing up on dates, phone in her face, harassment. This is what he was accused of, arrested for, and convicted. Threats of revenge. P. How are you? What is Carlos' suggestion as far as moving on for that? Let's just act like it didn't happen. Let's sweep it under the rug. But one thing I'm not going to do is take a stance and say that's wrong. He wants people just to move on. And he went on to say that what if Marceau just didn't see it as picking a side? Baby, when I tell you people play in your face, what if Marceau didn't see it as picking a side? He sees it as his friends are just going through this, and he's trying to balance his support for the both of them. Where's the both of them in this statement? For real though, free Martel. How? So he asked Heavenly, and in doing this, do you think that that's the case? That he's just trying to balance his support? And Heavenly told him straight up, no. No. It's just that simple. No. You know, Carlos did the same thing. I watched a little bit of his interview with Mona Scott King. Mona Scott King, I think it is, child. I'm trying to think of the last name. But he even said something disrespectful to her, talking about powerful women and being married to men, basically, that ain't doing shit. And she checked them in a professional way. But look, there was no balance, Carlos. Heavenly peep game on that. I peep game on that. Anybody in their right mind, there was not a balance. Because if so, then exactly what Mel told Marceau would have done. Kept his mouth shut. Lastly, the game that Marceau, maybe you think everybody think like Tisha Child, but the game that Marceau tried to run by telling Mel that, the news agency, they thought that it could have been me, with the MARs. He thought long and hard for that. And that's a damn lie. And Heavenly said the same damn thing. And how he busted himself out by knowing that it was a lie is because he went on to tell Mel that, or before he said that this person was a friend of his. So a friend of you, look, word didn't travel in a Coke can with strings through the airways like that. Word traveled on social media, news agencies, on the news, on TV, and ain't no way in the world you or they, or you tried to clear up them thinking that it was you. They knew who it was, and so did you, Marceau. So I will give Heavenly her credit when it comes to that, because she peeped game as well and said no, there was no mix-up. That Marceau knew that they were talking about Martel. The world that Carlos, and we're gonna get on to the good stuff, but the world that Carlos chooses to live in, for me, by playing dumb to all of these incidents that happens because of Martel, is dangerous for me. It really, really is. Because if anybody know what's up, Carlos knows firsthand, especially when it comes to what's being said and talked about on the show. It is the producers and his company's job to record, edit, and put it out there. And he would rather continue to buckle at his damn knees, I guess, when it comes to Martel Hope. It's sickening. It really, really is. What else did I have about that? I think that's really it. I just don't like how he's saying that the decision is difficult for everybody on this show instead of him doing what he needs to do. And what he needs to do is protect that woman. Don't just say it at the podcast like you did or in interviews like you do. No, your actions, like Bravo did, will prove if you really are down for the cause. And he's not. Before I move on to the Destiny and the fake therapist child, in my opinion, that's just a legend in my opinion. I don't know if she fake. She's not moving like a real one. That's all I got to say. But can you guys let me know, has Carlos come out and said anything about the Kenya Moore situation? Let me know real quick before we move on. Hey, Chef Dun Dun. Ain't that a fool? Hey. Shout out to the content creators. Hey, Brittany, Janae. I can't even say your name correct, Brittany. Women are so desperate. Girl. And look, Dr. Heavenly did say that. She said that it's a lot of desperate women in Atlanta, but look, it's a lot of desperate women everywhere. And I've always said this, and I stand by it. And it's based off of, just some, not all women. Martel ain't gonna have no problem getting no other woman. He's not. Because of that, there are a lot of desperate women out here. No, he has not. Okay, Linda Gamble. S&G say not a word. TNTG Mom say nope. G Squad say no. Samantha said no. No. April said I haven't heard anything. And we won't. We won't. Because this is why I say Carlos is so calculated. And you got to just be able to peep game. He knows if he come out here and say something about Kenya Moore, people going to say, wait a minute now. You ain't say nothing about Martel. They were saying it all in the comments over there on the video. And while they were live, they were talking about it. He just skipped right on over that child. So yeah, don't even for 1 second think that he gonna come out here and speak about Bravo taking a stand. The man want to be Bravo. These are my thoughts only. He wants to be Bravo so bad and wants to interview all of their celebrities and loves all of the Bravo shows, but he ain't gonna talk about that one. He ain't gonna talk about that, baby. Mark my word. Who wanna bet me? Anybody? Rhonda Moore. I just said this. Do not, please, dox anybody or anything else. Say where people work or what state they live in my chat. Please, please, please. I'm so glad I just looked down at my phone. Rhonda, if you missed it, I'm not interested in looking up Dion's information, reaching out to where she may work, reporting her to any boards or anything like that. So, not over here. If you can get down like that somewhere else, please take it over there. D. Herford, I love me some you. Same thing. Do not, please, put it in this chat. Please, please, please. Let me scroll up, child. Mods, if you guys see anything, can you please remove the comments? Not the people, the comments. Let's just discuss what was said, please. As far as anything else, I'm not, and I can go and stick my head out on a limb. What is it, child? Stick my neck out on the limb. I be trying to say all these old sayings. I have no idea how Mel would feel, but again, for me, I think that if we are down with her and supporting her, I don't think even she would want you to do that. That's just my thoughts. But other than that, please don't put it in this chat if you don't mind. Okay? That's okay, D. Herford. I saw it and I got it. I love me some you. And I get it. It was very upsetting. And speaking of that, we're gonna go ahead and get right on into it. Is Destiny's Channel gonna be about mail? Destiny's Channel and the topics that they discuss. I'm so confused. And if you guys did not see my video yesterday, please make sure to go back and do so. But as I mentioned, I made my video before Mel even went live. Let me say, first of all, shout out to Here for Hot Tea. I saw Mel's live on Here for Hot Tea's channel. And she had the full live. So if you didn't see it, check it out. But she came out to address Destiny, as she should have. She was confused, just like I was, because Mel said, look, I be minding my business. She'd just be over there minding the business that pays her, the business that's going on in her life, all of the above. And like a lot of us, we were confused at how they took a discussion that Mel had with her girlfriend that prompted her to come out and talk about it, and there was nothing wrong at all with her doing that. We was confused at how that turned into a sit down between Destiny and her friend. That's what I'm gonna call Dion, her friend. But Mel said that she saw this coming a mile away, and I'm sure she did. Child, all these listening devices. I promise you, I'm just gonna start unplugging stuff. I got Echo devices. I got Hey Google. I got too much, and they just listen. But anyway, she said that she peeped game. Basically, she saw this coming a mile away. Then she also spoke about her prayer warriors and partners who stay on, just stay praying for her. How on April 15th there was something that seems to have been something that prompted one of the prayer warriors to reach out to Mel. But before I get to that, Mel said that the people, she didn't name them, but we know, and I'm going to name them because they were triggered. Wanda and Destiny are exposing their pain. And that is the truth. We look at so much every day, whether it's on social media, YouTube, or Instagram, or TV, or the news, or whatever, that could be triggering. Everybody living life, and one person's experience is just may not be they are the only person that went through this, and if somebody speak about it, they talking about them. No. So Destiny and Wanda, in my opinion, did expose their own pain that Destiny probably should have been in therapy way before her friend Dion, if it triggered her. They tried to say Destiny didn't look at it. I don't believe it. And Wanda, I don't get why Wanda was triggered. Wanda, if she felt like she's been a good mom to Tisha, and if Wanda's mom was a good mom to her, why was she triggered? They never spoke about the issues Wanda has and or Tisha. So, that's why I'm confused really with them. Why did it seem like toes were stepped on? But Destiny spoke about her mom. Hey, Twan, girl, you got me searching for Pelotons, girl. Keep up the great work. If you guys are not following traces of Twan's life, make sure to do so. She get it in over there. You hear me? Hey, Twan, thanks for dropping in. But yeah, Destiny spoke about, some issues that went on with her mom. And so I can understand Destiny not being triggered by this, but if she has some issues based off of whatever happened with her mom, and I think that she should have been in therapy for that. But I'm still confused when it comes to Wanda. Wanda has always came out here and said, and she said in that live child that Dion seemed to have agreed with. Wanda was over there sipping. Wanda was over there calling people B's, biatches, and 304s, and having a fit. And Dion felt like that was okay because she was triggered. Why? Why was she triggered? Her name wasn't even mentioned. It wasn't about her. See, Roxy, you are peer pressure and Twan talking about gonna get you one. Girl, look, the Peloton will be like this NordicTrack treadmill and elliptical that just hold my clothes, child. But I love that Peloton bike. We'll discuss. So yeah, I just did not understand that. But anyway, Mel said your pain is exposing you and bringing you out the bushes, because when you have so much to say when nobody is talking to you, that's your pain. That's your pain. And I couldn't agree more. Hit the like button for me, guys. But she went on to say that on April 15th, one of her prayer warriors texted her saying she keeps hearing the word stalker, and they have been praying against stalkers and surveillance. Deep. And then she went on to mention the Bible verse. Psalm 91:7. Though 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, no harm will come near you. To even have to operate in that mind space, first of all, it's in the Bible. So y'all know that's been around, child, since the beginning of time. Okay. And it just lets you know that even experiences that some of us, male, everybody else may go through, yeah, it's in the word. But I always say that heavy is the head that wear the crown. That could be male, that could be me, that could be you, that could be whatever, whomever, when you're just minding your business. And yeah, from out of nowhere, people just come. Harm will come near you. But Mel said that she responded back to her prayer warrior that, she's been feeling that way as well. And she said there has been a heavy spirit all around. And look, when you are a celebrity, I'm sure it's really, really heavy because you got to deal with your support and your heart is overjoyed. And then you got to deal with, those that don't rock with you. And, as long as it's not something that's done in a manner that is meant to cause harm and hurt and all that, that's life. People gonna rock with you, some may not. But I think that it's a heavy load to carry. You know what I mean? When from out of nowhere, when you haven't even mentioned anybody's name, this happens. This, Destiny and Dion and Wanda. But Mel also said that the rock that she threw, if that's what you want to call it, it was meant to, no, she said the rock that she threw, if that's what you want to call it, was meant to bring about healing. And I said that in my video yesterday, not that, because again, I hadn't, Mel hadn't gone live, but I said that the conversation and topic that Mel had was one of healing. It wasn't meant to harm. She didn't call any names. It was on her mind because she had a conversation with a girlfriend. And look, it's a lot of women that may have had mothers, active mothers, and they still feel motherless. Why can't people talk about that? And why do you have to do research, Dion, and studies and all of that? Dog it, I wish I would have took a screenshot of that comment. Somebody mentioned something that Dion said, child, in my comment section, and they said, did she do research and all of that? She didn't. I'm not going to try to find it because we are live. But, it was a general conversation. Dion tried to put on her Miss Know-It-All cap and came out here and was just all wrong. But Mel also said that what they threw out brought about chaos. And it did. It did. Because how are you going to take something that was not meant for Destiny and you're going to do a whole, judging, number one, and make it be about Destiny? And that's what I don't understand. When I said in my video, I don't understand how Dion is a life coach. Because if I was a coach and I knew that you had all of these issues, in my opinion, that started with Destiny, in my opinion. But if I know that, you guys ain't rocking with each other right now. So my suggestion to you is the last thing that you should do is be concerned about what she got going on or saying. And we know that that's how Mel has been operating. She hasn't said anything about Destiny, good or bad. Good or bad. So it was bogus. This is the full Bible verse. I'm gonna read this and then I'm gonna continue this commentary. But because they got the King James version as well. Though 1,000 fall at your side, though 10,000 are dying around you, these evils will not touch you. And then the King James version is 1,000 shall fall at thy side and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come. Not what? Let me move this, child. Oh, hold on, guys. I can cut off my own doggone thing. Let me put this up and down. But it shall not come nigh thee. Come near you. First, period. And it seems like it is an obsession. I'm just gonna say it. It seems like there is an obsession. Now, if this was twofold, and I'm not just saying this because I rock with Mel. If this was twofold, if Mel was saying sneaky stuff, Destiny saying sneaky stuff. Mel went back at Destiny, Destiny went back at Mel. No. And then Destiny did try to insinuate that it seems like people were talking about me, and then they gaslighting. Girl, back. Girl, back. But anyway, Mel said, and I said this in my doggone video as well, that, for all of us, really, we all will continue to be on a healing journey. Everybody should know that, right? And sometimes you could think that you've healed from something completely, and then something may come back up, and you got to deal with it yourself. Deal with it internally. Deal with it with a therapist or whatever. But what she said was so true. She said there are some that talk about mental health because it is a trend. Now, look, I don't know if she reading my mind, but I said that even I feel like, I'll take it away from mental health, the discussion that Destiny seems to be gearing up to be a part of her storyline, DV. She's been talking about that. I think that's a trend. I'm sorry, Destiny. Because if it was not, if it's something that you went through, even when you were on Love and Marriage Huntsville before, you could have talked about that without mentioning Love Eric's name. Or you could have talked about it. It just seems like it's very calculated for me. And then this mental health, if you're going through it, you're going through it. But baby, I'm sorry. Based off of what we've seen, let me speak for myself. What I've seen with Dion, look, I will admit that I don't know which live I was looking at of Destiny's a couple weeks ago, and there was a part in there that I was like, she on something. I forgot what Dion said at that time. Whatever it was, I agree with it. But as I said in my video yesterday, let's not come out here and mix in therapy with gossip. Therapy with judging somebody, because that's what she's doing. That's what she did yesterday. And then basically she told Mel that she is not qualified to come out here and talk on issues. Now, for those of us that's been following Mel for quite some time, we know that Mel has always talked about mental health. And I was so glad to hear Mel say it in the live. But she said that she used to bring on professionals. Anybody remember? Anybody remember watching Mel's lives when she used to bring on professionals having discussions about mental health? Because Dion tried to make it seem like that people only doing that because they copying Destiny. Dion, you are loud and wrong. Loud and wrong. And she was bogus. I'm just going to say it. I'm not trying to affect her profession, but child, you couldn't pay me to pay her to give me some therapy. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. If it's something that her and Destiny was doing behind the scenes, I think that that's where it should have stayed. And I don't think that their discussions should be about castmates. Has Dion delved deep into what's going on with Martel? Has Dion dug deep in her brain child and come out here and talk about, let's say, anything concerning Marceau and Tisha and Kimmy and Maurice? Dion, I would love to hear your thoughts on Maurice saying that his, at the time, wife who was going through cancer rolls over and suffers through it, child. What's your thoughts on that, Dion? Or is it only something to do with Mel? And is it only something to do with Destiny? With Sonny and Moses? Because if so, that's not authentic to me. And if you're not going to come out here and speak about everything and everybody on the show, no, don't just pick the people that your client, your friend got a problem with. That's wrong. But I see you guys put in the chat. Yes, I do remember Mel sitting down with professionals. Yes, I do remember Mel speaking about mental health, especially during mental health month. Yes, I do remember Mel doing things for the community. Yes, I remember. I mean, it's the audacity, or as Wanda would say, the destiny for me, for them to reach as hard as they did and just force this girl to have been talking about them. It's amazing to me. But look, basically, Mel said that she peeped game in advance, and she said nothing that they set up will work. Nothing. The pain drew Destiny out. The pain drew Wanda out. But this is what tripped me out, though. She said that the last time that she saw somebody, couple people, they were apologizing. Now, we talking about the pain that was drawn out of Destiny and Wanda. A rocket scientist don't have to, I ain't got to be a rocket scientist to know who she was talking about. Destiny. Apologize. Wanda. Apologize. One of them apologized at that expo in Huntsville. Both of them were there. Both of them were there. So I find that odd as well. If your last exchange with her, you were apologizing, where and why is all this anger coming out now? Just to what? It's crazy. It is crazy to me. And Dion, you just need to sit your arse all the way down, okay? Go find you a therapist. Please do. Because, child, the ones that the majority of us have went and sat down before, they don't rock like this. And she tried to, in my opinion, lie, because she know that, look, I'm supposed to, it's just so much that she tried to cover up. She's Destiny's therapist. Oh, but in this moment, I'm her life coach. Let me make that clear. So there is no, what is it when you can't break the privileges of your client? What's the word, guys? Therapists definitely are not supposed to come out here and discuss things that the client and they discuss. So in order to remove herself from that space, Dion said, oh, no, but over here, no, ma'am, you can't split that up. Oh, no, over here, I'm just her life coach. Over here, I'm not her therapist. And, oh, by the way, she didn't. Confidentiality. Thank you, Lavinia. Patient confidentiality. Thank you, Veronica Monroe. Girl, my nose stopped up. I can't even say your name right. Patient client confidentiality. And Dion, for some reason, child, think that she can outslick some that may be slicksters. You can't outslick no slicksters. So you can't separate. Dion, you are her therapist. And as her therapist, you are absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. There's no way in the world that you and Destiny was going live and there was not a discussion about what you say you saw scrolling through social media. And if you saw it, Destiny saw it. If you saw it, Destiny saw it. And like I said, Destiny was sitting there, child, similar to this expression. Most times, Destiny is expressionless. Destiny don't care, and you ain't gonna get no emotions unless it is damn Moses, I guess. That's about the only time. That's about the only time I saw some emotions. Absolutely, S&G, conflict of interest, ethics violation. Violation, HIPAA violation, child. But no, guys, she's not a therapist on YouTube. She's just a life coach. She's just a life coach. Hold on, guys. Let me call. She's just a life coach on YouTube. No, ma'am, and no, ma'am. So those are my thoughts. Let me thank Kiki. Kiki with Chrissy, I've been looking for you since you dropped down months ago. You dropped down at the end of a live and you wanted to come up and we were done. And I think I even made a post and mentioned you. So thank you for coming back. If you guys are not aware, make sure you are following Kiki with Chrissy. She does have a YouTube channel. And let me read what you got to say. Kiki said, Wanda was triggered because she envies, oh, baby, you better say it, the love Mel, her mom, and her kids receive. Anything would have triggered Wanda dealing with Mel because she has some deep-rooted hate inside of her. Yes, ma'am, but she apologized. I totally agree with you, Chrissy, but don't act one way when you are around the person and then you get on here and just act a complete damn fool for nothing. She wasn't even talking about you. Wasn't even talking about you. I think it just snapped in my mind what somebody said. Somebody put in my comment section like, when Destiny said to Miss Van, stop pimping your daughter, they said something like Destiny could have triggered people whose mama pimped them for real. Dion, you got thoughts on that? Let us know, Dion. So you can't come in here season 8 and try to get slick shade on a show that there's so much history on. But ask your client about that, Dion. She told Mel's mama, stop pimping your daughter. Child, what corner? Can you let us know, Destiny? Where the hell did you get that from? Where? And why even say something like that? And she whispered it. I told you guys, Destiny whispered that at that relaunching of Madani, child. She ain't say that too loud because Mel hadn't turned that corner yet. And I think she knew if Mel hadn't turned that corner, it would have been on and popping. But that was disrespectful. That could have been triggering. Let's not try to act like there aren't drug addicted mamas who have pimped their kids. And Destiny threw that out there, knowing that she had no grounds to say that. How's she pimping her daughter? By wanting her to be the best? By keeping her involved in things when she was in high school? All of these different extracurricular activities and all of that? How? So, yeah, I would love to hear Dion's thoughts on that. Thank you again, Kiki with Christy. And then DeSoto Duchess. Now she is in a dual relationship. Now she is in dual relationship violation. Okay. Does that? Yes, she did make it up, Twan. DeSoto Duchess, does that mean dual relationship violation because she is acting as a life coach as well as, in quotation marks, y'all should see my hands over here, child. Everything in quotation marks. Therapist and life coach. Things that make you say home. Thank you so much, DeSoto Justice. And also thank you so much, Chrissy. Let me play my ignorant guy. Oh, I got another one from yesterday I got to send over here. Thank you guys for the super chat. I appreciate it.
Thank you, boo-boo. Thank you. And I got my money, boo-boo.
Thank you to the both of you. All right, let me read some comments. I got a couple minutes to go. We got currently 873 people that's joining me. I promise you guys, I wanted to come up and I wanted to drop the link so you guys could come up. If I go live tonight, maybe, well, we'll see. I got a cold, child. So I'm not even going to make that promise because I think when I get off, Mona Scott Young, thank you. I said King. She checked Carlos about that too, child. We'll talk about it tomorrow. We will talk about it tomorrow evening, power hour open panel, because I want to know you all's thoughts about this. It was crazy. It really, really was. And as Mel said, child, I have to go back to it. They exposed their own pain. The pain drew out Destiny, and the pain drew out Wanda. And handle your pain. Handle your pain. She said your pain is exposing you and bringing you out the bushes. If you are in pain, if you are not, I don't think everybody ever, I don't think there's anyone that will be 100% healed from something that went on in their lives. That's just my own. I'm not Dion, child. I ain't no therapist or no life coach. But I do think that, it's ongoing. It is ongoing, and deal with that. Don't come out here and just making things apply to you that don't. And then have the destiny, in my Wanda's voice, to blast people like that. That was just crazy to me. But let's see. Let me read some comments. I got about 5 minutes, so I appreciate you. Now I'm going to scan and try to find some big ones. But in these last 5 minutes, child, if you guys want me to see them, put a color on it. I don't care if it's $1. Other than that, I'm just going to pick. Married to Medicine don't have a Martel on their cast either. That makes a difference. Bravo would have never tolerated Martel's behavior. Thank you, Patricia T. I agree. And Carlos know that. That's why he ain't talking about Kenya Moore, child. But yeah, totally different circumstances. Totally different. Does all, or the majority of time, do all reality shows have some type of drama? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why we watch. And all of that. But not to this extent. We don't want folks to be harmed. We don't want to see images and videos of people in intimate settings and moments. Absolutely not. Before I get to a couple more comments, I think you guys have a couple more hours. You guys know Mel is a marketing genius. Make sure you go to 7th Avenue Beauty.net. She had it started at, I caught some of her live yesterday. I think this is a one day sale. Go to 7th Avenue Beauty.net and the code is Psalm 91:7, 40% off. And then she had put this yesterday morning. I was praying and hoping that this had something to do with the court case, child, but now I think it had everything to do with old Dion and Destiny, the friends, child. I'm not saying therapist and I'm not saying life coach. They friends. They friends. And Dion, you need to do better. You need to do better. I'm sorry. That was not it. And yeah, they just forced themselves into that. So to Mel's friend that had this discussion with Mel, we are praying for her. But that live was excellent. And like somebody in Destiny's comments said, if you went into that looking at it in a defensive manner, then yeah, you may have gotten triggered and you should have just clicked off. If I'm looking at a TV show that triggers me, I click off. If I'm looking at a scary, I don't even do scary movies anymore. But some nights I like true crime stories and all of that. If I feel like it's going to trigger me to be scared, I turn that shit off. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. But a couple more comments. Also, like his cast, Carlos chose Martel. Facts, and they hate it. Now they are trying to blame the fans for their choice when they made it clear to Mel who they chose via the disrespect. Yeah, there wouldn't even need to be a difficult choice that Carlos's cast have to make if Carlos would make a decision. And I keep telling you guys, I think things would be a whole lot better. I really do. I think it would be like a burden that's lifted off of all of their shoulders. Martel now dry snitching on Marceau, so this is entertainment for Carlos. This is about ratings for Carlos. Austin told me that she was able to find the Variety write-up. I still haven't been able to find it. But that's all that this is about when it comes to Carlos King. It's not as deep as he tried to make it. Protect. Mel sat there damn near and cried on the podcast stage and said, damn, is anybody going to believe me? Anybody going to choose me? And he sat there and just looked stupid. And that's what he do when the real conversations come about. I'm sorry. I ain't got nothing against the man in the sense of him out here trying to make it do what it do. when it comes to him being a black producer. But if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And he just won't stand. He gonna stand his ass away from that Kenya Moore topic. I bet you that. Anybody see it, let me know. If he ever come out here and talk about it, please, please, please let me know, because I doubt it. No, that's gonna put him in a position where he got to talk about Martel. Now, not that I've heard, Carlos went radio silent on the Kenya. Sure did, Dee. Patricia said when Carlos starts with that loud out laughing, he's getting ready to lie. And he's using it for a cover-up to not answer questions. Facts. Carlos did an interview with a magazine and said OWN told him to do what he had to do to make the show Reunion successful. That was in reference to another show, but he has done it with all his shows. Okay. Hey, Chronicles of Kim K. Happy Juneteenth again to each and every one of you. I got about 60 seconds, but let me put that back up on my screen. I hope you guys are celebrating this day. Did I close it out? I closed it out. Oh, well. Celebrate this day. Celebrate our people. Celebrate freedom. We free, child. We free. There's a lot of people, in my opinion, that still don't really, truly realize that we free. But we are. So shout out to our ancestors. Okay. Who is this? Diane. Thank you so much, Diane, for the Cash App. I appreciate you. Thank you to each and every one of you. DeSoto Duchess, Kiki with Chrissy. Any of you guys selling a birthday this week, happy birthday to you, or the month of June. Happy birthday, Cutie Crew. Don't forget, we still getting active. Stay moving. I've been in meetings this morning, but yeah, I only done 1,344 steps so far today. But Cutie Crew, keep moving. I will post in a couple hours if we will be going live tonight. If not, we'll try to do members only tomorrow. I'm off on Friday, so we can do it Friday. But I'm going to try to nip this cold in the bud. But shout out again to Melody Cherie. God dog. They wonder how we got here. This is how. This is how. People that just make up stuff and then, try to act like she moves in the same manner. She does not. She does not. Somebody in my comments said, throw Destiny a bone or something. I said, no. Now what? No. Destiny was wrong. But look, I love you guys. We're down to 800 that's watching right now. Shout out to the Cutie Mods. A shout out to the Cutie Crew. Please double check and make sure you are still subscribed. YouTube is tripping. Hopefully I'll feel better. And I'm just going to go ahead and say we're going to go live tomorrow. Members only tomorrow. And then we'll do a power hour tomorrow afternoon. So let me knock this thing on out. But I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Juneteenth, the rest of your Wednesday. And I'll chat with you guys soon. Shout out again to Mel Child. Keep your head high. Keep your head high, shoulders back, all of the above. Like she say, she's just be minding her business. Woo, child. But I'm out of here, guys. Chat with you guys soon. Bye.
Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. With QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. with Cutie. Chit chat with Cutie. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with Cutie. Chit chat with Cutie.